Welcome back to the channel Coins Collector, coin lovers, treasure hunters, and history enthusiasts. You're watching the channel where every small piece of metal tells a big story, a story of art, value, and American heritage. Today, get ready, because we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating, mysterious, and surprisingly valuable coins ever to circulate through American hands, the 1977 Liberty I dime of the United States. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a dime, right? That tiny 10-cent coin that jingles in your pocket, often forgotten, sometimes tossed into a jar or a vending machine. But what if I told you that one of these ordinary-looking dimes could be worth an astonishing $551,000 today? That's right, over $500,000 for a single coin that once bought you a stick of gum or a phone call. It sounds unbelievable, but as you'll see, the 1977 Liberty I dime carries a story that's as rich as its unexpected value. Before we reveal why this small piece of silver-colored metal could make someone's fortune, let's take a journey back in time. Let's uncover the origins and evolution of the Liberty dime, a symbol of American craftsmanship, independence, and perseverance. The dime as we know it has a proud lineage dating back to the very foundation of the United States Mint in the late 18th century. The concept of the dime, representing 1/10 of a dollar, was first introduced with the Coinage Act of 1792. But it wasn't until 1946 that the modern design featuring President Franklin D. Roosevelt replaced the beloved Mercury or winged Liberty head dime, a change that honored the late president's dedication to public service and his leadership through some of America's toughest times. By 1977, the Roosevelt dime had already become a familiar piece of everyday life. It was struck primarily from a copper-nickel-clad composition, since the U.S. Mint had stopped producing silver dimes after 1964 due to rising silver prices. Millions of these 1977 dimes rolled out of the mint in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, seemingly ordinary coins meant for circulation, but here's where things get truly interesting. Among the countless 1977 dimes minted, a few special examples emerged that caught the attention of collectors and numismatists around the world. Certain rare mint errors, misprints, and proof variations turned what was once a 10-cent piece into a highly prized collector's treasure. These rare variants, sometimes struck on the wrong planchet, missing mint marks, or featuring unique die details, are what make some 1977 Liberty I dimes incredibly valuable today, and the crown jewel of them all. One extraordinary specimen that surfaced in pristine, mint-state condition, with striking luster, flawless edges, and a near-perfect strike, a coin so rare and so beautiful that it sold in the collector's market for an unbelievable $551,000. That's not a typo, a dime worth over $500,000. Now, what makes it so valuable? Experts believe its worth comes down to a combination of rarity, condition, and historical significance. Coins with perfect grading, those that survive the decades without scratches, wear, or discoloration, are incredibly scarce. Add in any minting anomalies or errors, and the price skyrockets. Collectors are always searching for that one flawless example, that perfect coin that bridges the past and present, a time capsule of American history sealed in metal. The 1977 Liberty I dime represents much more than currency. It symbolizes an era of change in American coinage, a move from silver to clad metal, and a reflection of how even the smallest denomination carries the story of a nation's economic evolution. Each detail, from the delicate engraving of Roosevelt's profile to the bold Liberty inscription, reminds us that even the simplest coins can embody immense historical depth. So next time you come across a dime from 1977, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. Inspect the mint mark, check the condition, and imagine the possibilities. You could be holding one of the rarest, most valuable treasures in modern U.S. coinage, a coin that has transformed from spare change to a symbol of immense fortune and fascination. In this video, we're going to explore everything you need to know, from how to identify these rare versions, to understanding what makes them so valuable, to learning how collectors authenticate, grade, and trade them. We'll also dive into the fascinating world of coin auctions, where passionate collectors have paid unimaginable sums for what others once overlooked. So stay tuned, hit that like button, subscribe if you love uncovering the hidden treasures of history, and get ready for a deep dive into the world of the 1977 Liberty 1 dime, a coin that proves sometimes the smallest things hold the biggest surprises. Today's story is one that could completely change how you look at that little silver dime in your hand. That's right, we're talking about the 2001 Liberty 1 dime, a coin that most people spend without a second thought. But what if I told you that one of these ordinary-looking dimes could be worth a staggering $71,000 today? Yes, you heard that right, $71,000 for a single 10-cent coin. Now take a moment and imagine this. You're sorting through a handful of coins at the grocery store, and tucked between a few pennies and nickels, there's a dull little dime with the familiar portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt on it. It looks like every other dime you've ever seen, but this one, this exact one, could secretly be worth more than a luxury car, more than your monthly salary, maybe even more than your entire coin collection combined. That's what makes this story so special. The Liberty 1 dime has been part of American coinage for decades, but the 2001 dime holds an extraordinary place in the hearts of collectors. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin carries the famous P mint mark, positioned just above the date. On the obverse, you see the dignified face of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a design that has graced the dime since 1946, symbolizing not just liberty, but resilience and recovery, values that Roosevelt himself championed during one of America's most challenging eras. But what makes the 2001 dime so valuable? The story goes far deeper than its face value. It's a mix of minting precision, rarity, die variations, and collector demand. While millions of 2001 dimes were struck, a few of them left the mint with rare errors or unique die characteristics, creating what numismatists call a once-in-a-lifetime find. Some of these special coins display full torch bands on the reverse, a sign of an exceptionally sharp strike that collectors chase after. Others may have die cracks, double strikes, or off-center minting, all of which can skyrocket the value from just 10 cents to thousands of dollars. Combine that with pristine condition, high mint state grading, and historical appeal, and suddenly, you have a dime that's worth more than many gold coins in the market today. Let's rewind for a bit and dive into the history of this incredible coin series. The Roosevelt dime replaced the Mercury dime in 1946, a heartfelt tribute to Franklin D. Roosevelt following his passing in 1945. Designed by John R. Sinek, the dime's obverse features Roosevelt's profile, while the reverse showcases a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. Over the decades, the design has remained largely unchanged, standing as one of the longest-running and most recognizable coin designs in American history. By the time 2001 came around, the dime had already seen over half a century of circulation. The Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of them, but like any mass production, perfection isn't guaranteed, and that's where the magic happens. The few dimes that turned out differently, with minting errors or in flawless condition, became collectors' dreams. As collectors and dealers examined these 2001 dimes over the years, certain specimens stood out, graded MS-68 or higher by top grading services like PCGS and NGC. These ultra-high-grade examples, especially those with full torch details and flawless surfaces, are so scarce that when they appear in auctions, they draw massive attention. One such example has recently been appraised and sold for an unbelievable $71,000, shocking even experienced coin experts. This extraordinary valuation has sparked a renewed wave of interest among collectors and treasure hunters alike. People everywhere are pulling out jars of coins, searching through drawers, and examining every dime minted in 2001, just hoping to stumble upon that rare Philadelphia Mint gem that could change their life. Think about it, a coin minted only a couple of decades ago, still commonly found in circulation, now commanding the kind of price tag usually reserved for ancient gold coins or historic silver dollars. It's a reminder that every coin has a story, and sometimes, that story can be worth a fortune. So in today's video, we're going to break down everything you need to know about the 2001 Liberty 1 dime, from its design and composition, to its minting process, historical context, error varieties, collector demand, and the incredible journey that took this little piece of metal from being pocket change to being worth tens of thousands of dollars. That will explore how to identify the valuable versions, what to look for in terms of condition and grading, and how to tell if you might be holding one of these extremely rare treasures, and by the end of this video, you'll never look at a dime the same way again. Because who knows, the next time you get change back from a store, that shiny little dime might just be worth $71,000. So sit back, grab your magnifying glass, and get ready, because the story of the 2001 Liberty One dime is more than just a tale about money. It's a story about history, craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovery. Welcome back to the channel, where every coin has a secret, and every story has value. Let's uncover the mystery of the dime that's rewriting numismatic history, the 2001 Liberty One dime, the 10-cent coin with a $71,000 secret.